Once true wilderness covered the earth, alive with the sounds of untamed nature. For millennia, humanity was part of this wild world, living in sync with its rhythms. But now, the silence of wild places is drowned out by the relentless noise of human activity. The wild is shrinking before our eyes, a quiet catastrophe, not with a bang but with the steady hum of chainsaws and the advance of concrete. We are losing something immeasurably precious, something we are only beginning to understand. The wild is not just empty space, it is the Earth's lungs, its circulatory system, and its soul. These living libraries hold the secrets to our planet's past and the keys to its future. In just a few lifetimes, we have altered the face of our planet more than all previous generations combined. The wild has been pushed back, fragmented and diminished, until only pockets remain. These last bastions of nature are under unprecedented pressure. Islands of biodiversity in a vast ocean of human development. Their continued existence is a choice we must actively make, every single day. Wilderness is more than a place without roads or buildings, it's where nature's ancient processes unfold, largely untouched by humans. In these places, the web of life is at its most complex and resilient, a testament to 4 billion years of planetary history. Wilderness areas are reservoirs of biodiversity, sheltering countless species, many still unknown to science. Each species is a unique solution to survival, a genetic masterpiece. When we lose wilderness, we lose this incredible variety of life, tearing pages from the book of life before we can read them. These ecosystems provide essential services, clean air, fertile soil, and stable climates. Great forests like the Amazon and Congo act as enormous carbon sinks, absorbing vast amounts of carbon dioxide. Peatlands and wetlands, often found in remote wilderness, hold even more carbon, helping to stabilize the global climate. The forests and mountains of wildernesses are the sources of most of our fresh water, capturing rainfall and releasing it cleanly into rivers and aquifers. Preserving wilderness is preserving our most fundamental resource, clean, fresh water for a thirsty world. Despite relentless development, vast wildernesses still exist in the planet's most remote environments. The boreal forest stretches across Canada, Scandinavia, and Siberia, a world of conifers, moose, and wolves, vital to global carbon cycles. Further north, the Arctic tundra teems with life during its brief summer, home to polar bears and caribou. The Amazon and Congo rainforests are the planet's richest ecosystems, sheltering extraordinary biodiversity. In Southeast Asia and New Guinea, ancient forests still shelter unique creatures like the bird of paradise and orangutan. The world's great deserts, the Sahara, Gobi, and Australia's interior, are not empty, but specialized ecosystems with remarkable survival strategies. These landscapes, sculpted by wind and time, hold important climatic and geological records. The greatest wilderness of all is the ocean. Vast, mysterious, and teeming with life from whales to bioluminescent creatures of the deep. The ocean drives our weather, produces much of our oxygen, and absorbs enormous amounts of heat and carbon dioxide. Its health is fundamentally linked to the health of the entire planet. The loss of wilderness is not natural. It's driven by our expanding footprint and insatiable demand for resources. Deforestation is one of the most destructive forces, clearing vast forests for agriculture, timber, and development. Industrial agriculture, especially for palm oil, soy, and beef, devours wilderness, replacing complex ecosystems with monocultures. Mining and energy extraction push deeper into wild areas, fragmenting habitats and polluting water and soil. These activities create impoverished landscapes unable to support the life that once thrived there. Climate change amplifies every threat, altering the very conditions that allow wilderness to exist. Rising temperatures force species to migrate, but their paths are blocked by human development. More extreme weather, droughts, floods, wildfires, devastate forests and wetlands. Climate change is a global force, redrawing the map of the natural world. The Amazon rainforest, spanning 9 countries, is the epitome of biodiversity and a living library of evolutionary wonders. Once protected by its sheer size, the Amazon is now under siege. In the last 50 years, nearly a fifth of this forest has been lost, an area larger than France. The main driver is clearing land for cattle ranching, followed by industrial agriculture for soy. Roads and highways cut deep into the forest, accelerating deforestation and illegal settlement. Illegal logging, gold mining, and hydroelectric dams further degrade the forest, poisoning rivers and displacing communities. Each pressure weakens the forest's resilience, pushing it closer to a dangerous tipping point. Scientists warn that continued deforestation could trigger a dieback, transforming rainforest into dry savanna. Such a change would release vast amounts of carbon, accelerate climate change, and cause mass extinctions. The fate of the Amazon hangs in the balance, a stark symbol of the urgent choice we face. Destroying wilderness means evicting and endangering its inhabitants. Habitat loss is the greatest threat to wildlife worldwide. When homes are destroyed or fragmented, species are forced into smaller, isolated pockets, leading to decline. The jaguar in the Amazon, the Sumatran tiger, orangutan, and elephant in Indonesia all face extinction as their habitats vanish. Fragmentation isolates populations, reducing genetic diversity and making animals more vulnerable. Wide-ranging species like grizzly bears and forest elephants are trapped on islands of habitat, unable to migrate. The loss affects creatures great and small, from insects to birds to amphibians, many vanishing before we even know their names. This erosion of life makes our world less stable, less resilient, and infinitely less wonderful. The simplification of nature is a tragedy we cannot afford. Wildernesses are not empty, they are ancestral homes of indigenous peoples. These communities possess deep ecological knowledge, living in balance with their environment for generations. Where indigenous peoples have secure land rights, they are the most effective guardians of biodiversity. Yet they are often displaced by the same forces destroying nature: logging, mining, and agribusiness. Recognizing and upholding indigenous land rights is one of the most just and effective strategies for protecting our planet's remaining wild places. The disappearance of wilderness is not a distant problem. It threatens every person on the planet. The health of wild places is fundamentally connected to our own well-being. Destroying forests and peatlands releases carbon, fueling the climate crisis and weakening the planet's ability to absorb emissions. Preserving wilderness is one of the most effective natural climate solutions. Our water security depends on intact wilderness, which captures and purifies water for billions. Deforestation leads to erosion, floods, and water shortages, threatening public health and food production. Destroying wilderness increases the risk of pandemics, as new diseases spill over from wildlife to humans. As we push deeper into forests, we create perfect conditions for viruses to jump species. Healthy ecosystems act as natural buffers, containing pathogens within their natural hosts. By preserving wilderness, we invest in global public health and our own future. The story of our planet's wilderness is not over. There is hope. Across the globe, a movement is growing to protect and restore the wild. Expanding protected areas and rewilding landscapes are vital strategies, allowing nature to recover and thrive. Technology helps us monitor and defend wild places while consumers demand products that don't destroy nature. The choice is ours, and the time to act is now. Our future depends on a healthy planet, one where humanity and wilderness can flourish together. The fight for the wild is the fight for our own survival.